give my reaction. You know, if you don't know, I think the word's spreading or whatever, but it's not that far after Pnb Rocks murder. Another rapper was killed, this time an LA rapper. So for those who were talking about, oh, they're targeting, you know, East Coast rappers, they're not targeting, they probably didn't even know who Pnb Rock was. He just had a rack of jewelry on him, nice car, pulled up to the wrong location. They don't care if you're in LA or you're from East Coast or Chicago. So let's kill that noise, because a lot of East Coast people were talking about, you know, going to war with LA and all that. I'm from East Coast, from DMV, you know what I'm saying? But I live in LA. I've lived in LA, you know, years. I'm tapped in. I know people in LA and all that. And I dealt with the shoot situation, you know, first year here. This rapper, his name was Kee Richie, from Compton or Bompton, you know. He called up Bompton. It was a triple shooting. So he was killed. Another young gentleman was killed, and a female was shot. But as of now, she's in critical condition. So let's say prayers for her.
So it says Los Angeles murders have been at an all-time high in recent years. Just weeks after Pnb Rock was shot and killed at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South LA, Compton rapper Kee Richie was gunned down in a notable California neighborhood. According to reports, police were responding to a report of a gunshot victim in the area when they discovered the 23-year-old rapper fatally shot. Along with Richie, deputy discovered a 29-year-old man named Robert LaFleur Jr. and an unidentified woman, both suffering from gunshot wounds, at the South Chester location in Compton. The woman was taken to a nearby hospital and is in stable condition, while LaFleur and Richie were pronounced dead at the scene.
And this particular rapper, he didn't wear a bunch of chains or anything. So before everybody's like, oh, you know, these rappers don't learn, stop wearing their chains. He was a rapper who never really was into big jewelry. Also, he was a positive rapper, meaning that he did a lot for his community, and those were his goals, to give back to his community, similar to Nipsey Hussle. No comparison or anything like that. He, you know, wasn't on Nipsey Hussle's level as far as, you know, when this happened, but he could have easily been. He was very talented, a good dude, good heart. You know, I don't think this was a robbery from the word on the street. This could have been, you know, something personal, street related or whatever. Could have just been wrong place, wrong time. But, you know, with Pnb Rock being murdered not that long ago, before that, Slim 400, Pop Smoke, going all the way back to Tupac and Biggie, whatever, you know, it happens all the time with rappers. But what a lot of people don't understand is it's not just rappers. It's just rappers are the ones who get the publicity, or it's on news more. It happens every day. So to regular people, and they don't get the coverage or whatever. So when you come to LA, like I said, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from some rough areas. You know, I'm a street dude. You know, now I'm an actor. I came here to further my acting career. I've got TV and film credits and all that. I'm nobody huge, but, you know, I've been doing my thing. But you have to move careful. From my point of view, being from the East Coast, and I'm not speaking from everybody from the East Coast, just my point of view. When you're in the ghetto on the East Coast, you know it. It's grimy, brick buildings, 20 dudes hanging out front. So when you come here from the East Coast, like in the Pnb Rock situation, you might heard it's bad, but you see the palm trees, maybe there ain't that many people out front that day, and you're thinking, well, damn, it ain't as bad as where I'm from. So it can be deceiving, looks can be deceiving. So it could actually be worse than where you're from, or if not, just as worse. So you have to move with caution. You know, don't get too comfortable. My advice is, when you come to LA, always have some protection on you. Try to do your research. If you don't know people, that's why they always say tap in. And something like, yo, tap in with me. But like, for example, my friends, whatever, check in, tap in. You know, we don't call it that, but it just, you know, they hit me up, hey, I'm coming to LA. You know, because if they were to say something like, I'm going to this particular Roscoe's, you would tell them, not that one. If you're going to go to this one. And just, you know, even if you're in a nice area, look at Quando Rondo, you know, in the Beverly Hills shooting. If, you know, you have a better chance, but you still need to be on your P's and Q's when you're in a nice neighborhood. That's also what's a little bit different than the East Coast. Usually on the East Coast, if it's during the day and it's in a safe area and you're with your wife and children, you probably are safe. On the West Coast, you know, you're with your wife and children, there's cameras everywhere, witnesses. It's a little different. They really don't care. A little bit more brazen, you know. On the East Coast, a little bit more sneaky. But back to this young man. You know, he was a rapper from the area, so he knows the area. So none of this really pertains to him. I'm just talking since we're on the subject, but it might have been somebody that knew him, or just some street stuff or something like that. But it's sad because, like I said, he wasn't a rapper wearing a bunch of gold chains, and he was doing a lot of positive things for his community. So, you know, I just want people to know that before they jump to conclusions. Oh, another rapper wearing chains talking about killing people. He was more on the positive tip. I'm not saying I don't know every song of his, but a lot of his songs were positive. And if there was some stuff in there, it was about his, you know, streets, and just, you know, showing respect to his streets. And, you know, it was music. But as far as what he did, he had plans on getting back to the community, and he was already doing things for the community. So nobody, I feel like, deserves to get murdered, because they could be a completely person 10 years later, even if they were negative. But this particular young man, he really wasn't even on nothing negative. So it hurts even that much more harder. You know, like I said, he was in Compton or Bompton, you know, depending on where you're from. And that's all I really know about it. But it's just crazy that it happened so close to Pnb Rocks' death. And like I said, he ain't the only one who lost his life. Somebody else did too. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people might not mention that young man as much as this one, because he's not a rapper or whatever. But at the end of the day, these are all human beings. So I'm hoping that the violence slows down, and I'm hoping that, you know, people that come here from East Coast move careful. And as you see, it's not a LA versus East Coast thing. It's about getting money, or in this particular incident, maybe just, you know, something on the streets or something like that. But everybody stay blessed, stay safe. RIP to both of them. And my condolences to their families. And hopefully the young lady makes it. Let's pray for her. Everybody stay safe and blessed. One.